We're hiking along the Tonto River because of the Bigfoot sightings here, and there's been a Bigfoot sighting report to come out of here not too long ago. So, great water source. The Bigfoot are here. Hopefully they're leaving footprints, and of course we're always hoping for the lottery of Bigfoot, that they actually show themselves while we're in a given area. We found a spring and wanted to walk around it and see if there was more than just elk.
Cattle.
I see some elk right here. That looks kind of bearish, huh? That looks like a mountain lion one right there. Elk is a favorite food of mountain lion. Two favoritist foods are bighorn sheep and elk. And then, of course, they'll take a deer and all that when they can, but they are famous for following the elk herds. There was a study by a biologist in Colorado. Studies showed where people are seeing Bigfoot, where the Bigfoot sightings are during those same times of the year, that's where the elk herds were. So it shows that the sightings are where the elk herds are for those times of year. So there's got to be something with the elk and the Bigfoot, just like with the elk and the cougar. Back home, Monte Cristo, where we're from, we like Bigfooting around these mountaintop springs because all the Bigfoot sightings in that area seem to always happen really close to one of these springs. So great place to see if they're coming in and out of a drink.
Around is deer and elk only.
Kind of makes you wonder if probably been some badger.
Where?
Just up over along there.
Oh, I haven't made it that far.
We found a moose. Had really big hooves.
There's a little baby deer around here.
Big trap.
That's a good sized one. It's a huge elk or a small moose.
That's definitely a foot. That's definitely a foot here.
That's a bear footprint. Not a animal bear. I meant a naked
naked foot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. About the size of my foot. Oh, stay out of the mud, Derek.
We got a tape measure.
Stay out of the mud, Derek.
There's a child-sized one right there, way out deeper in the mud, and then there's a larger.
Let me get my tape
right
measure
here.
because that looks almost like 8 feet. Well, whatever it was walking on its tiptoes, and from the last toe to the end of this toe is only 6 inches.
6 inches spread at the toes.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of hard to tell where the heel starts on that.
See where it
no
is right
hill.
here?
It was standing on its
Well,
tiptoes.
hold on.
Huh?
See this? That looks like a hill.
It'd be deeper. I think it was standing on its tiptoes. You know how you walk
Yeah,
in mud
yeah,
on your
yeah.
tiptoes? Yeah. It was only plus. I think that this would be deeper right here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking what this is this is an elk footprint right here.
That's inside of it, yeah.
This is an elk footprint right here. And this right here
is the toes of a person or a primate.
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because this is if this is toes, this would be the big footprint, and this, let me show you, just with one finger. See that? Now this, if it was all this deep right here, then it would be that deep. Those do look like toes, but something else, I think, just created something that looks like toes.
Okay, well, what about the smaller set of footprints that is following this one out into the water?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, that's the thing that I can make the argument all day long that this was a larger one going out there into the water with the smaller one. That one's footprint's half the size as this one in width. So that means this footprint, if it is just stepping on its toes there, and it may have done that when it was drier and not as moist.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
And then it's rained and stuff since. So, you know, I could discard this one as not being primate or human-like until I see the smaller one that followed it or went out in front of it into the water.
The individual print. For sure. That turned out funky looking. A weird shape.
Yeah, those are people shaped, aren't they?
That's an elk.
Elk and deer.
Elk and deer. There's a little baby deer. And there's another
A foot.
another little teeny foot.
A little naked foot.
A little naked foot. Here, I can get on that rock and measure it. Okay. Seven inches long. And 3 inches across. That's little.
Yep, that's within human size, but
That's small. That's smaller than a. That's like a child's footprint.
it's child size. Yep.
Next to deer and elk and.
Yep, and going into a nasty spring.
That's gross.
I know it's fresh water, but they're nasty.
That's so weird.
I know. Eric's back there looking for more footprints if you can see him moving through the woods back there. Yeah, that is elk.
There's some sort of small canine back there.
There you go. About 11 inches.
It's longer than that.
I would say just like 12. And then across would be, hold on, sorry, I'm kind of being a baby, I don't want to get super muddy. Ugh.
I'm seeing like 6
No.
at the widest.
5.
Where that toe comes out.
5.
Look, the edge of that toe.
Okay, 6.
buddy. So am I.
It's not something you see here very often. At least I haven't seen. There's been very few on what would have actually took it out. Mountain lion, I guess, maybe. Bear, maybe. But it's not only snapped here, but you got it snapped twisted here. Maybe it stepped in this cactus and hurt. It's like, oh!
Well, look, this is an old one on this side. It's happened more than once. These are old ones, and then something's come back, and this one's a fresh one. So something beats up on this tree more than once.
Got a nice symmetrical rack about him.
Okay, Derek's found some footprints.
Kind of right there to the side of it. It was walking up, got a hill back here. It's kind of squared off. If you look at it here, let me grab a stick here. Kind of squared off.
Yeah.
Kind of more of a square foot. And pretty heavy. It actually went down in the hillside pretty deep, where most of your weight would be as you're walking up a hillside.
And then you found another one.
And then up here, and it looks like there's a couple that tinkle, but up here, about the same size.
Oh yeah?
Squared off again.
Yep. It even looks like toes scraped in right there.
And that's what got me to say something. I wouldn't have probably said anything off of that.
Yeah.
But that's a left. This is a right.
Yeah, it is. Looks like
is
something.
A right, and it looks kind of toes.
Yep.
Is what it looked like. Not big, but you know what? Not every one of them are huge.
No.
So, you know, potential, you know, definitive, obviously not, but
Yep.
you can even see, if you see up here, this even looks like a pretty big, a big toe.
Yeah, it's scraped.
Totally scraped.
Nice.
And it looks like toes. Look at it. It's like it's scraped.
Yep. Nice.
Never know where you're going to find.
Never know.
Find one, you just got to know what to look for.
Yep.
And down right here.
Yeah.
We got a big branch off on the inside. We've got this branch right here. This branch is broke from them coming in. That branch is broke.
Yeah, it is.
So whatever's coming in here is utilizing it more. You know,
yeah.
It's a good place to just come and lay down.
And there's an animal track that goes right out through there. Oh,
yep.
There's some deer scat. And then you can see that the animal trail goes right down through there and out through. And this is where we found elk, mountain lion, deer, And
Havalina.
Havalina little footprints. We haven't got those on film. I'm going to go back and get those on film. But yeah, this place is just neat.
Pointed out, Havalina, short little legs.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't move real fast. It would actually be a pretty easy.
Yeah, that mountain lion scat was full of hair.
Pretty easy to catch if you know their thing is staying and getting into places you can't reach them, can't get to them.
Yep.
Deeper down.
Here is a little Havalina pig footprint. Did you get some more over there, Derek?
There's a deeper one that was up here, but I think
They're tiny. Let me see if I can find a better one. Not sure what that is, but it's a big flat footprint.
big flat footprint.
But it's so old that we can't get anything off of it. Here's some piggy poo. Something's been rooting around in here. Whoops. Little wallow. Looking for roots and grubs.
They're just going this way. Another little step.
Oh, yeah, there's their little footy prints. Little piggies.
And it just keeps going. Another little one right here. They're real hard to pick out, but I mean, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Jenny could smell something dead, and we found these couple of deer carcasses right here.
Actually,
There's also older bones back there too.
yeah, there is. This is a whole pile of dead animals. Look at down there.
Yeah, it's like a kill site, dumping ground.
It's either a dump